Well, long time no see. This feels a bit strange, getting back into the mic, getting back into the studio, but here I am. 6 months later. It's been like, what, 6 months since my last upload? It's been a long-ass time. A lot of stuff has happened since then. A lot of stuff has changed since then. But if you saw my community post, then you would know that this was eventually coming. Well, I didn't say what it was, but yes, it's this. This is going to be a new series I'm going to be doing called Let's Talk. And if you don't know what it's going to be, it's basically just going to be a yap session. That's what it's going to be. They're just going to be pure yap sessions on whatever I find interesting, reviews on certain games or other things, like just shit that I want to talk about that I don't want to put into like a full detailed video essay, and I don't want to just type into words on a community post, you know? Well, that's not what this Let's Talk is about. You know what this Let's Talk is about. You've seen the title. It's about, well, the elephant in the room. We are going to address it. Yes, we will. We're just going to get right into that part now. But before we do, I just want to, like, can we just get like a moment of silence to admire the setup right here? I mean, it took me a long time. No, I don't know how to do pixel art. This is just the pixel graphics. Clipchamp is an amazing program when the fucking thing works, but it can do stuff like this. Pretty nifty, right? We got a little cat plushie here. We got a desk. We got the fucking sun right there. That's pretty cool. And we just have a TV that's connected to some lamp or a pole. I don't know. I didn't put a lot of time. And we got some posters as well. Like, pretty nifty setup, right? This is going to be the setup we're going to be using for most of these videos, but I might tweak it a little bit between videos just so, you know, get some variety. I just snapped, you couldn't hear it, but yeah. I also don't have a script. I just have notes that I wrote down, and well, I'm just going to be going through the motion. And speaking of notes, let's get to the first topic. Why I left. What happened? Did I conceive deep root disease and pass away of multiple diseases? Well, yes, but no, I didn't pass away, although that did happen. The deep root disease was pretty hard to beat, but I beat it pretty well in the hospital. But as for where I was, let's wind the clocks back a bit, okay? So it's August. August. I just finished editing my Stray videos, you know? And so it was right when August hit that the reality just hit me. It's like, holy shit. I have like school in a month. So by this point in the summer, I mean, July was an especially busy month for me because July, I was doing a lot of stuff in July. I had to do all the Backrooms Marathons videos, the Echoes of the Eye videos, and the video essay, and also like the Stray stuff, and a few other things. July was just a very busy month. June kind of, but also not really, because I didn't post that much in June, but those were busy months, okay? Summer was planned to be busy. And you see, I had a lot more ideas for August. I had a full schedule for August. I was gonna do a whole like video series on Prey, a playthrough of that game, but well, that never came to fruition. So like, it was August. By this point, I was just like exhausted from working on the channel. School was like in a month, and I'm like, you know what? Let's take a seat back, you know? Let's just wind the clocks back. Let's take a seat back. I don't need to be doing all this when I got better things to worry about. So for the rest of August, I basically just, I relaxed. I played some games. Actually, I didn't play games, scrap that. And I hung out with my cat, Belle. And yeah, it was a lot of relaxing. It was a lot of just winding the clocks down after the busy 2 months that I had. Well, not that busy after, after the months that progressed it, but it was busy at the time. So August was a pretty chill month, and in that time in August, I was paying zero mind to the channel. I was just purely focusing on taking a break. Because, well, even before July and June, I'm sorry, it's late at night when I'm recording this, and I'm also a little sick, but we're just gonna ignore that. But even before June and July, those 2 months, I was already kind of working my ass off with the channel, if I'm being honest. Like, ever since basically February, I was just day in, day out, and it got really bad at some point because sometimes I would just, it would be like school nights, I would just stay up, edit my video, export it in Clipchamp, and then import it to YouTube. And YouTube really sucks dick in this department because for my videos, it sometimes takes YouTube like about 2.5 hours just to import a video, which is utterly ridiculous. It should not be taking that long, especially if Clipchamp can export the fucking video in like maybe an hour tops, maybe even less than that. Like, God, I hate YouTube sometimes. So it was a lot of that. It got especially bad in March because I was super busy in March and I was just staying up basically almost the entire night just exporting videos and exporting videos. And they weren't very exciting videos to edit. Like, I edited a little bit of them, I put them in the export machine, and then boom, they were ready to be shipped. And then I just waited for the clock. Okay, the timer's done, put in the YouTube, then wait for the clock, and I just did shit. I did nothing. I just watched videos and waited for the time to pass down, which was not very fun. It wasn't a very fun experience. I have no clue how I kept that schedule up for so long. So, a lot of things with the channel. I was taking it quite seriously because I really enjoyed the gameplay videos. But, that's the other thing with August. Actually, I don't know. Actually, you know what? No, I'll talk about this now. That's the other thing with August as well, is like, the reason why I was doing the gameplay videos was because I enjoyed playing video games, but not only that, I enjoyed filming my reaction to certain video games, you know? I enjoyed just being able to put myself in that situation, record a video, and maybe it would bring joy to someone. Maybe it was like, oh, I really like this game. I wonder what this guy thinks of it. I thought that was very nice, and that's basically how it went for every, like, just everything, like, up to August. That's how it meant for every gameplay thing. Like, unless the game sucked, I never had a bad time doing those videos because I just liked playing games and I just liked talking in front of I just liked that stuff. I liked it. But it eventually came to a point, okay? Because the worst thing being a gameplay YouTuber, like, the worst thing that can happen is that doing gameplay videos eventually starts to impact how you enjoy a game. Now, especially in August and from there, it heavily impacted it. Like, just the thought of doing gameplay videos in general was just, it felt like a chore after a certain point. Like, because A, I'm busy during the day, so the only point where I'd have free time would be night to do the gameplay videos, and I'm already tired as shit. And consider the process you have to do for the videos afterwards, all that stuff. Yeah, it's not a very fun experience. Like, couple that with, let me jog my memory. Couple that with the fact that, I never like to go over, like, the 3-hour mark when it comes to playing video games, which, doesn't really bode well when I'm really enjoying a game, but it's like, fuck, I have to end it here and wait for the next video. And for that, it's next day, in other words. And I dealt with that, but eventually, especially with Stray, like, it just kind of, it didn't impact my enjoyment with Stray, but it had, like, a lot of moments in Stray, it just had that effect to it, where it was like, I could have really kept playing, you know? It didn't bother me when I did, it didn't bother me when I did those videos, but it bothers me now, because it bothered me, like, later as I went into August, because I just, that's why I didn't play any games, actually. Because I was like, do I have to do gameplay videos for all of these games? Like, fuck, that sounds horrible. I don't want to do that. So I didn't. And yeah, I just had a library full of a bunch of games that I could play at any point. I just wasn't because of the whole trap where I was, no, it has to be a gameplay video and yada yada yada. It was horrible. So, in other words, what I'm saying is, there's gonna be no more gameplay videos. That's what I'm saying. Now look. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna make videos about games. I'm still gonna make, like, videos, like reviews, essays, yada, okay? I'm still gonna make videos like that. I'm just not going to do the gameplay content I was doing before because I'm gonna be honest, I can't stomach doing that shit anymore. I just can't. The thought, it makes me gag just thinking about doing videos like that again. I'm sorry. Never ever again. And it was good because September onwards, I played a shit ton of video games. I probably played like at least what, like 23 video games since September to now, and I have a bunch more waiting in the backlog. Like I'm enjoying myself a lot right now, and it helps because I can play video games for hours on end now. Like I could play, like if I want to play Ultra Kill for 4 hours, I could do that because I don't need to worry about the video limit and all that. So yeah, it's a lot better now, I have to say. All right, yeah. Now next point, where that's why I left. That's why I was gone. That's why I didn't say shit. I just kind of was peeling the brakes back, taking a break. Now, you're probably wondering, Vortex, you took this break, you know? What were you doing? Like, yeah, you took the break in August, but after that, what the hell were you doing? And, oh boy, do we have a lot of stuff to go over. So obviously school started up, and I was not excited. That's why I took the break in August as well, is because I was not going to be walking in school being sleep deprived because of some gameplay video, right? So September started on, school started back on, and I was dreading it. But I gotta be honest, semester 1 was actually pretty fun. I'm in high school, obviously. I have 2 semesters. But September when the first semester started, I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of loved the first semester. I don't know what it was, but it was the perfect stream of all the good classes. It was the perfect stream of just classes that I liked. Like, okay, well, not every class. I had history, which was fine, but the other 3, like I had English, which, well, English was rough at first because the entirety of English is basically just, I despise race paragraphs, and that's basically what English does, which, ugh. But it got good at the end when he started giving us the creative assignments. Like, for my culminating, for example, I wrote a 13,000 word quote-unquote short story for him, which I had a lot of fun doing. And you want to know what I got? I got an 100 out of 100 on that assignment. Holy shit, like, paid off. And then the other 2 classes are the important ones. Like, English was good, but the 2 big ones were English and media art. No, it was guitar and media arts. I'll start with media arts first. Like, I really love the arts classes. I took integrated arts, which was like basically like the stuff I was submitting for my music, for example. Like the music I was submitting to that class, which was a lot of fun. Media arts is the film side of things, not that part. And I wasn't a fan of it at the start because we were doing stop motion, and I'm like, oh, I don't know shit about stop motion. But as it went on, it actually turned out to be pretty fun. And then we did what did we do? We did a cartooning, which was pretty fun as well, actually. I learned to fucking draw. Can you believe it? Yeah, artistic design was another one. I actually learned how to fucking draw. Well, I haven't drawn a whole lot since then. I've drawn a little bit, but for a bit I was actually pretty decent at drawing, which is interesting to think about. Because I used to be shit at drawing before, but now I'm actually kind of decent, and it's all thanks to media arts. But that's not the big one. The big one was videography, okay? Now, some of you may remember the video I posted back in June, Gamma Incorporated. Do you remember that video? You probably remembered it because it kind of sucked, you know? I made it in like a few days on a school project. That was basically my attempt at an analog horror. Videography is basically, you can do film, it just needs to be a video, alright? And when I heard that, the neurons fired in my brain, okay? I was like, holy shit, I can make films? Like, obviously, I can't be like doing some fucking VHS stuff, like gore everywhere, and like it's for school. But that means I had complete free reign to do whatever I wanted, which was amazing. So you can only guess what I did. I'll talk about it more at the end part, but let's just say I went pretty overboard. I made a lot of cool shit, okay? So, but let's talk about the other one, guitar. That's actually the one. Actually, one that I'm excited to talk about. I've always, you know this, I got my electric piano back in like a year ago. It's literally beside me right now. And I've been meaning to learn more instruments for my music, and the next thing to conquer was guitar, and I could just never fucking get good at guitar, okay? I don't know how, I didn't know how people use the thing. I was like, how do you even play like this? This looks dystopian, like, a human can't play like this, right? So that was part of the reason why I was taking guitar class, because like, okay, I want to learn guitar, and I have to say, a guitar class really helped. Because like the first opening of good, like it was rough at first. Obviously, I barely held a guitar before, and I didn't really know how you like got different tempos and sounds with it. You press on the strings. I learned that pretty much. But oh my god, guitar class was awesome. Like after the first month, I was already pretty fucking decent. I was so decent, in fact, I bought myself an acoustic guitar at home, not just the ones we used at school, which was amazing. It helped me practice at home. I got better at my notes and my scales and my, the chords, all that stuff. And once I got to a certain point, the realization hit me. I can play Mario Kart songs now. So you know what I did? I learned some Mario Kart songs. I know how to play the Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 8, Toad's Turnpike, Bowser's Castle, Mushroom Bridge, and there was one other one I can't remember. I also learned a few other songs, like Other Side by Lena Raine, for example, Madeline and Theo, also by Lena Raine. Only the opening 52 seconds, the rest of the song goes crazy, but I learned the opening 52 seconds. I learned some one-shot songs like Silver Points, On Little Cat Feet, and 11th Hour. I think that's what the song's called, yeah. And I even got like a big ass book filled with all the chords that you need in guitar. Like, it's basically the encyclopedia, which is amazing stuff. And then by the end of December, I submitted my song for my culminating, which is amazing. Like, wow, I can make songs now. So, okay, look. Well, I haven't been practicing a whole lot lately, and that's mostly just because second semester started. Fuck me, am I right? And I have to get back into the gears of things to get back into the schedule where I can practice more. Not to say I haven't still been practicing, but just been practicing a little bit less now. But I'm gonna eventually get back into the weed of things, and yeah. I still have it, though. I played just yesterday. I still have it, which is great. I didn't lose the skill, which is what I would be scared about. But it's not just acoustic, because I also got a bass and an electric guitar. I went a little bit overboard there, but hey. I mean, I don't know if I've said this before. The electric guitar is, honest to God, my favorite instruments in music, like, easily, bar none. The only fucking challenge it has is probably the bass or the drums. I don't know. Like, I love the electric guitar. When you hear that riff, or like if you put an electric guitar riff in your song, I'm sold, okay? Like, I'll pay you money. I'll pay you pennies, millions, however much money you want, okay? I'm a sucker for the electric. So I got that, and then I also got the bass, which because I also want to learn bass. I love the bass, and I say learn because the bass is nothing like a guitar is. Like, it's actually a lot simpler than a guitar is. You'd be surprised, because with guitar there's so many little licks and things and stuff to learn. With the bass, it's actually a lot simpler until you get to the slap bass stuff, but you don't get there yet, okay? That takes a lot of practice. I'm not even there yet. So yeah, I got those for December for Christmas, both of those things, and I've been doing some bass. I've been getting taught by this bass guy who is super knowledgeable. The guy's been around since like 1978. He's got massive amounts of knowledge. He's put out albums. He's an amazing bass player, and so yeah, I couldn't imagine being taught by anyone else. And I fucking love the bass so much. Just playing it, all the little licks you can do, and it just sounds so goddamn good. I love the bass. I can't do the bass that I like in songs, because that is the slap bass, and it's not an instrument, it's actually a technique. I didn't know that. Then I figured that out. So yeah, slap bass is a technique. Who would have thought? I didn't know that. Crazy. So yeah, guitar, been learning that. Maybe I'll start playing like, what's his name? The guy that made Purple Rain. Prince, yeah, I'll start playing like that guy. Doing all the crazy riffs and stuff. The time signatures. Maybe I'll start playing like Hikita, because Lord knows those Ultra Kill songs have some sick guitars in them. And, even besides all that, I've just been a lot more busier hanging out with friends, not really... just not worrying about the online bullshit in general, like not just channel stuff, but a lot of the online stuff I've just kind of not been worrying about as much lately, which is great, because that really had me in a chokehold for a while. But I'm glad I kind of moved away from that stuff, because yeah, life is awesome when you just go outside and smell the fucking snow, because, well, it's still snowing, and I just gotta my friend's messaging me. I'll tell them I'll be later. But, and another thing as well, before we move on to the next section, I've played a lot of video games, but here's the thing, I've played, like, so many that I don't think I could fit them all in this video, so that's actually going to be its separate Let's Talk video, where I'm just going to be fully talking about games. This one is reserved for the explanation. The next one's just going to be pure yapping, okay? Just going to be talking about games, gaming news, upcoming games. It's going to be games, games, games. So if you like games like I like games, then you're going to like the games that I talk about. Games. But there is one game I did want to talk about, because back when I had this video planned, I had just finished up this one game which I was going to talk about specifically in this Let's Talk, and I might as well fucking talk about it, because I don't want to put it in the other one. I've already made the schedule for some of the Let's Talk videos. And that game is none other than Paper Mario, the Origami King. Yeah, it's a Nintendo game. Can you believe it? I'm rich. I have a Switch. Yeah. But anyway, Paper Mario, the Origami King. Now, as for Paper Mario, I would describe myself as a very casual Paper Mario fan. I like the games. I think 1,000 Year Door is really good. That's about it. Oh, and also 64 is good, but besides that, I just think Paper Mario is a really inconsistent franchise. Like, the first two are great. Then you have Super Paper Mario, which has the peakest story to ever be conceived, with some of the worst gameplay Nintendo has ever made. It is a very mixed bag. Then you have Sticker Star. Sticker Star sucks. Leave it at that. And Color Splash, which is a strangely mediocre game. I feel like I should like it more, but I don't. It's just a very whatever game. So, playing Origami King, I heard very mixed things as well, because, well, I mean, you know how Paper Mario fans are. They like their scribbly bimblies. But, what the fuck was that? Oh my god. But I am happy to report this game is actually fantastic, okay? Do not let the naysayers, do not let the people that put this game down, do not let them convince you. This is actually a fantastic game. Not only is it that, but it's probably my favorite RPG that I've played. Well, I have to replay Deltarune, maybe that is better, but this is probably second at least. Let me just get into the weeds of it, honestly. So just starting off, like, out of all the Paper Mario games, I think this one probably has my favorite exploration factor. I've always liked that about the Paper Mario games. The style really brings some really wacky ideas to life on how you can, like, experiment and explore with different styles and all the shebang. And I fucking love the way Origami King does the exploration. All the environments are amazing, they're peak, and they're just so fun to explore, the little whiffs. When I play Origami King, I wasn't just going to the required section and then just getting the stuff and moving on. No, I was doing... When I saw a section, I was doing everything that that bitch had to offer. I loved that section of it. I also love the story, and... Look, I'm gonna sound like that one SpongeBob gif where he's on the roller coaster, but... This game's pretty dark. For a Nintendo game, it has a lot of really dark themes in it. Like, there's basically suicide in the game, there's grief, there's death, there's body horror, toads get their face cut off. there's a genocidal maniac as the villain. There's racism. There's a lot of shit in this game that they can just get away with because of the style. Like Toads having their face cut off, that would never fly in a Mario game. In a Paper Mario game, abso-fucking-lutely it would. It's very it's kind of cool to see. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually really fucking cool to see games like Paper Mario go into that direction. Because it's just so fun playing a Nintendo game where they're not just babying you the whole time and they're like actually being serious for once. Not that I don't like the goofy Nintendo, but it's nice to have this change. I also really love the characters. Olivia is the best sidekick in the series. I will not hear any slander. She is adorable. She has the perfect ending. Yeah. Bobby is in a close second, but fuck is he cool. And yeah, he had that sequence in the game. That's what I was referencing. The whole suicide thing, the whole griefing thing, that's what I was referencing. Bobby is peak. I will not hear any slander for him. And also Bowser Jr., Kamek, fucking Bowser himself. There's a lot of really awesome side characters in this game. Like when you get to Toad Town, some of the Toads just like the Toad will just be talking about some normal shit and then randomly at the end they're gonna be like unrelated, but I have amnesia, which is like, what the fuck? Like, who starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. What the hell are you talking about? I love how goofy this game gets with stuff like that. It's just so charming. I said the C word, but yeah, it's charming. It's really charming. And as well as that, I think the themes are nice and varied. I think they're the best, like, varied themes out of any of the Paper Mario games. I think they utilized the paper to its fullest limit, especially with the origami theme. All that stuff is great. Basically everything about the game is fantastic. But the one reason why this game is so mixed is because of the battle system, which was very intriguing to me because I thought the battle system looked cool, but people said it sucked. So when I played this game, I really wanted to see what they were talking about, and I gotta be honest, they're on some bullshit. I really like this battle system. It's probably my second favorite in the series. Just beat out by Thousand Year Door, but yeah, it's definitely my second favorite. Because, oh my gosh, do they... like, they really push it to its limits at occasions. The bosses, especially. The bosses are the main reason why it's my second favorite. It's close to first, and the bosses are most of that reason. I just think that it's a really fun system. It's really intricate, the amount of areas you can hit with your boots or your hammer, and there's different little boots and hammers that do more damage, which might be good for enemies. There's the durability thing, so it's like, ooh, are you sure you want to do this? I mean, you might want to opt for an easier one, but you might lose health as well. Well, how many health things do you have? Okay, I have 5. Maybe I could risk a bit of health for that. And I think it's especially, like, interesting because you get a lot of coins in this game, so you are free to spend as much money onto equipment as you want in, like, Toad-a-Town, for example. So I just had this really fun gameplay loop where I would, like, finish a battle, I would immediately go to Toad-a-Town through the pipes, I would stock up on some resources, buy some stuff, leave, and then boom shakalaka, just like that. And if there was something that could break, then perfect. I'll use that shit until it breaks. I have 3 more of those same hammers. And I know people are especially not a fan of durability in video games, like Breath of the Wild, for example. That's one of the main criticisms people have of that game, but... and I agree with that criticism, but I think it's worked to its best in Paper Mario Origami King. I really like the way that they do that. Some nice resource management. And as for the gameplay itself, I mean, I really like the ring system, okay? Like, it's basically like a puzzle, but it didn't feel too hard for me, really. Especially the upgrades you can get and, like, all the little things you can do. They kind of give you, like, a set little how many rings can you do limit, so you kind of know when you're getting in the right spot, and if not, then it's like, fuck, go back, rearrange the rings, okay, now I got them. And if you can't get them, you get them to a favorable position where you can still get at a few of them, because lining them up perfectly gives you the bonus, but you can still attack them if you don't line them up, which is great, especially for certain cases where you're in a tight situation, you can't figure it out, you just put them in a random order, fuck it, that's good enough. Use whatever weapons you have on it. And I especially like how they use quick time events in the battle system for more damage, and they don't really feel too punishing or threatening or any of that stuff. I love that stuff. That's only the regular battle system. The boss battle system? Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, Origami King is my favorite bosses in the series as well. I could yap for days on the bosses. I could yap for days on how they utilized office tools as bosses. The fucking colored pencils. You were better in the 2D days, Mario. Like, or the scissors. Or the fucking stapler. The real ones who played the game know that one scene. That's also an especially dark scene. I won't dare spoil. Or even like, what are their names again? Oh my god. The guys that give you the books, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like, starts with like a V, but those guys have really fun bosses as well. Like the Earth one is like pretty simple. The Ice one, you really have to like time your ring systems as to where you want to go to avoid the tornadoes. The Fire one's really interesting because it gets especially tight at the end. You really have to resource management there. So you, okay, well, which ones would give me less damage? I'm gonna have to go with those ones. I'm gonna have to heal the next round. Maybe I'll have to take that round off to get some heals in and that sort of stuff. Like, that is just so fucking good. I love that so much. I love all the bosses in this game. The final boss of Ollie was so cool. Oh my gosh. Just everything about this game. It's just amazing. Now, I will admit, it isn't perfect, because I do think there are points where the game kind of like stumbles a little bit. I think Auto Mountain has a few points where it kind of drags a little bit. The game drags at a few points, which is why I wouldn't say it's perfect, but this is a damn amazing game, okay? This is a damn near flawless experience, an amazing RPG, and my favorite my favorite Paper Mario game. Because, yeah, I'm gonna say, no, you know what? No, I'm putting that shit on God. This is my favorite Paper Mario game. This is the best Paper Mario game. Do not let the naysayers convince you otherwise. That's the other thing, actually. No, I'm not done. I'll give the rating in a second. The big reasons why people don't like this game is the battle system. It's not just the ring system, it's, oh, but there's no star system or XP system. Now look, with the XP system, I'm not going to lie, I don't like XP in RPGs, because it eventually gets to a point where you're getting to that point in the game where you literally just need to grind for XP. I don't know if Pokemon counts as RPGs or not, I forgot, but some of the older Pokemon games are especially bad with the grind for XP, and a lot of other RPGs can get especially bad with them. That's why I like ones like Deltarune, for example, that don't have an XP system, because good, I don't need to grind now. Thank you. So no XP system, like, I'm fine with that. I know Origami King didn't quite go to the grindy route as much as like older Pokemon games, and I didn't hate the XP system, but I'm fine if they just removed it, honestly. And no star systems is also just like, who fucking cares? And you know why people say that? It's because those are features that were in the first two games. Now, I will admit, with Paper Mario fans, Nintendo has kind of fucked with the franchise a little bit, but you guys gotta let go of the first two games, okay? The XP system was cool, the star systems were cool. Every single Paper Mario game does not need to be like that, or needs to have that in the game, okay? Like, we can do different things for once in a while. It didn't work out, but it worked out this time. I mean, like, Sticker Star and Color Splash are not... Okay, well, Color Splash is not bad, but the three Paper Mario games before Origami King are not bad because they don't have XP systems or all that stuff. It's because of other design choices they made. So not including that is perfectly fine with me. And like, I don't even know what the other criticisms are. This is really just the battle system that I see people complaining about. And those are the main ones. And also, oh, but the rings, I mean, I just can't get them lined up in time. It's like, just come on, bro. What are we doing here? Just get good at the game. Come on. Like, once you figure out the rings the first time, you basically have it. Like, it's not rocket science. And if not, just fucking line it up, okay? Like, it's only for the bonus. You don't need the bonus to kill the enemies. It helps, but it doesn't mean you can't kill them without the bonus by lining them up perfectly. Like, come on, guys. So yeah, I would personally give it a 9 out of 10, a very strong 9. It's close to a 10, and maybe if I I can't believe I'm saying this to an RPG, but if I ever replay this game in the future, maybe it'll be a 10 when the parts that I did think were slow turn out to not be slow. $90 is ridiculous, but we're just not going to talk about that, okay? It's Nintendo. We're just not going to talk about that, okay? I'm a Nintendo fan. I don't really complain about prices as long as the game is good, and the game was really fucking good, so I'm not going to complain about that. So yeah, now let's see what's in my notes. Oh yeah, so future ideas. Okay, these are some future things that I want to do in the future. Surprising. Not just for Let's Talk, but for other things as well. For Let's Talk, I'm gonna do one where I give my gaming hot takes, because I feel like that would be a very interesting one. I have some juicy ones. Let me just say that. Some that I don't even think should be hot takes, but kind of are. I don't know if I should say any of them. It might spoil the surprise, but that's a Let's Talk video that I want to do in the future eventually. That, and I want to do one on my top 30. It's gone to 30. Top 30 favorite games, but I'm going to wait a little bit on that. There are still a few games that I want to play before I get to that video, because who knows, maybe one or two of them will make it on that list. I also want to do one on Ultra Kill. I was thinking about doing like an essay video, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I can make that shit into an essay. I just need to make a Let's Talk video on Ultra Kill. I fucking love Ultra Kill, but I'm not even gonna tell you why, because we'd be here all day. That's about it for Let's Talk. I had a few other ideas, but I can't quite remember them off the tip of my tongue. But as for other video ideas, I'm just getting some water. Hold on. I'm just gonna leave this shit in, okay? Like, this is how the videos are gonna be edited. Okay, but for video content, some future ideas. I want to make a video on Sword of the Sea. You've never heard of that game, I guarantee it. But I want to make a video on that game because it's a game that I love a lot, and I already have a few drafts for how I would like to do that. It's gonna be a video essay, so fuck, is it gonna be painful to edit? It's painful editing those videos, but it's worth it in the end. So yeah, it would be something like that. It would be a lot lower in scale than my Freddy's Reanimated video, and moving on. And then the other video essay that I wanted to do was one on a specific game, which I don't know if I should mention, but it's a certain backrooms game that I was really excited to play, that I didn't end up liking all that much. Little hint, it was not covered on this channel, okay? Yet, because I will make that video eventually. But no, it was not covered on this channel. This was after the whole shebang. This was not ever on the channel, okay? I'll just leave it at that. I don't know if you're gonna figure out what it is. And I also want to do a bit of reviews on some games. Like, for example, oh shit, I just remembered it. Okay, yeah, I need to do a video on Poppy Playtime, specifically Chapter 5, because that came out like, oh my god, 10 days ago. Technically 11 because it's actually midnight, but sure. Yeah, that game came out a while ago, but I'm glad I waited because, oof, it's been under some hot water, and it's going to be an overdue review, but I've had a lot of time to flesh out my thoughts, so I hope that that's going to be good. It's not just going to be just Chapter 5, it's going to be Poppy Playtime as a whole, but yeah. I also want to do a video on Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight when that game comes out. I am very excited for it because I love the Lego games, and this one looks like it's going to be turbo up. The gigabytes and the RAM required and the memory looks a little rough. I hope it works out, but that might deter me from getting the game because the game is $80 fucking, so I don't know. We'll see though. Just getting some more water, but yeah, those are a few ideas that I have in the future for not just Let's Talk videos, but future videos. But like I said, those are just ideas. What is actually next to come that is already in the not the bin? Oh, that would be a horrible way to say it. But are in the box. Let's put it like that, okay? Because I already have some stuff done. Not just like stuff that was made for the channel. Stuff that was specifically made for, well, a certain period in my first semester. Some media arts, videography, right? Well, I told you I got a little bit wild, so let me just put it like this. I may have traumatized my teacher. Actually, well, no, he watches a lot of horror movies, but I don't know. He might have gotten a little bit traumatized by the shit that I made. But basically, yeah, what I'm saying here is I made some short films. I made some kind of analog, kind of digital, I don't know what you call it, short films, okay, based on some analog horror, some digital horrors, just horror content that I like in general. And that's what I made for my media arts, for my videography specifically. And Lord Jesus, was that a lot of fun. And yeah, you bet your ass that that is getting uploaded. That's what I'm talking about. This is going to get uploaded in the future. I'm going to just talk about the ones that I'll be uploading, because I'm not done with short films yet. I want to make more in the future, but for ones I'm going to be uploading, I'm just going to give a quick synopsis of all of them and leave it at that. So the first one is The Quiet Forest. This is a Blair Witch inspired one that I did for my videography, my first assignment, which is basically just completely free. And well, I have a lot of balls to like publish this one because this is one where I'm acting in it. So I mean, the acting is a little bit rough, but I just kind of have to push through and was like, okay, this is a cool concept. I'm uploading the video anyways. Whatever happens, happens. The big thing about being a creator is you shouldn't have shame for uploading stuff because you don't think it's like up there with the other things. Okay, so that's the first one that's going to get uploaded. The Quiet Forest. That name will make a lot more sense when you watch the video. So yeah. The next one is Lost Media Siren PSA, and this is when I was really in my distressing memes arc. I think, okay, look, I think that the idea of something being unfathomable is quite horrifying, because what, like, to be unfathomable means that you cannot fathom it. So if something is unfathomable, then any idea you could have would not be the answer, because if you could fathom an idea on it, then it wouldn't be the answer, because it'd have to be something completely unknown to you, something completely unfathomable to you. But what even is unfathomable to us? Like, don't we know everything already? Like, what would... You can't even begin to like wrap your head around this concept, because it's just like a losing battle. Holy, like it is just a losing battle. So November, I was really in a big phase of that. So Lost Media Siren PSA is a take on that concept. It'll make a lot more sense when you watch the video, but I'm very happy when it turned out. And I'm not done with that concept yet. I have another one which is very ambitious, so I don't know if it's going to turn out the way I want it to, but it's on the drafts, so I don't know. Maybe it will. And the next the next one is Winter Wonderland, which was a kind of a pseudo successor to The Quiet Forest, but also not like it at the same time. So basically, it has sort of the same concept, but it goes in a much different style and a much different direction with it. I'll say that, because if I start talking about it, it's also going to spoil The Quiet Forest. But I'll say this: it's probably my favorite of the bunch. I really like it, okay? I liked what I created there. And I think that was my teacher's favorite as well, so yeah, take it with a grain of salt right there. But the big ones, the big two, there's gonna be 5, is, this was still a little foreshadowing, I don't know if you picked up on it, but fucking Gamma Incorporated is coming back! Can you believe it? I could barely believe it either. So, just like a quick synopsis, like, obviously I'm not a big fan of the Gamma Incorporated video that I made. I think I made that clear. Like, that was made in a few days. Now, by this point, I just got back from a long trip to get my cat, and my culminating was due, and Mario Kart World was coming out in like a few days, and that culminating was sandwiched between those two things, so it was rough. As soon as I got home, I immediately wrote the script for it. The next day, I edited the video. Fuck it, it's good. Boom, shipped it out. And yeah, it's a rough video. The editing is shoddy, the presentation is shoddy, it's very vague, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have that VHS effect to it. The video is in wide, and VHS cameras are not in wide. VHS footage is not in wide, so that does not make any sense whatsoever. There's no VHS effects, there's no grain to the footage, there's just VHS sound. It's a mess of the it's a mess, okay? It's horrible. So I wanted to right those wrongs. And so now I'm starting a new series, Gamma Incorporated, but this is a complete redo of the concept. fuck the first video. When these two Gamma Incorporated videos are uploaded, that first video is getting unlisted, okay? You can still access it, but I'm unlisting it, okay? That video sucks. But yeah, so Gamma Incorporated Volume 1 and 2 are the ones that are going to be out currently, because those are the ones that I have done. Volume 1 is basically a remastered version of the original Gamma Incorporated video, and Volume 2 is completely new. Stuff that I haven't explored yet that I wanted to explore, but I didn't have the time to, so I'm exploring it in Volume 2. Very interesting stuff that I'm delving into there. Like, obviously, being a creator, I've had a few grievances with, like, these videos, like, oh, is this good enough? Maybe this is not too great. Maybe this needs to pitch. Oh, is that scary? Maybe we should go into this part or that part. Oh, is this too ambitious? Maybe we should leave that. No, we should keep editing that. Like, stuff like that always happens in the creative process, so I just kind of move past it, but it still catches me off guard sometimes. So, yeah, there's that. Future volumes, there's gonna be 5. I'm planning to have 5. That's where the concept's gonna be. Maybe 4, but it's likely gonna be 5. And with these 2 that are being uploaded, these 2 were done way back when. Since then, I have gained a lot more experience with the program and all that stuff. And if volume, because no, here's the thing. Volume 1 was relatively not as ambitious. Volume 2 was ambitious. Volume 3 and onwards are going to be super ambitious. Like, for Volume 3, I'm going to get props. I need to improve my editing skills. There's a lot of shit that I need to do for Volume 3 that is going to really up the quality bar, and stuff that's really going to be complicated to get down and really hard to do and all that shit. Oh, God, I'm not getting into it now. I'm gonna write the script for it soon, and well, I need to like get props for it first. But Volume 3 is gonna be big, and Volume 4 is also gonna be so fucking big. Like, those are the 2 big ones. But I am really excited to get into the weeds of that, because I really like making short films and all that. So yeah, look forward to that Gamma Incorporated stuff. Get invested in the lore, analyze it and shit. I don't know. I don't really like. It's an analog horror. You don't really need to analyze it too hard, but if you want to, then you can. If you, like, I don't really mind. Please watch them though. I need the money, okay? My family's starving. But the big one, the final one, is one that I've been editing for a few months now. This is a project that I started back in October, that I finished, like, what? In February, January, like late January? No, it was February. It was fucking February that I finished it. And that is none other than another video essay. And no, it's not any of the video essays I said I was going to do. It's something completely different. It's a critique on the Backrooms Lost tape. Now, I know I said in that one post that I was working on like 3 video essays. One was on Superliminal, one was on a C418 album, and then one was on Graveyard Shift at Freddy's. Yeah, those never got made. I got some progress in the Superliminal script, and I lost motivation to do it. But this one I had a lot of motivation to do, because this game that I played here, I covered it on the channel, is one that it was bugging me, that was bugging me for months, because there were so many things that I liked about it, and then there was just so many parts of it that were just so fucking irritating, and just, So, I decided to put this video together. I put together the script for it, and I put together this video. It's basically gonna be in the same vein as my Freddy's Reanimated video, where, once again, this is an analysis, this is a critique, this is not an attack. I just am really passionate about a game that I know has potential that I don't see getting fulfilled, okay? That's all it is. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the video turned out. The editing was a lot better, more cleaner. The mic was a lot cleaner. You could hear it in this video. My mic's a lot better now. The mic was a lot cleaner in that video. The song choices were better. The scripting was better. The jokes are better. Dare I say the analysis was better. Everything about it was just better than my Freddy's Reanimated video, which is a little bit of a rough video looking back on it, but I mean, I'm still kind of proud of it. So yeah, that's the big one that I was... And also, you know what? No, let me show it actually. Let me show the sweet thumbnail. Like, just look at this shit. Now look at this thumbnail. You see a big difference here. This one's dog shit. This one's pretty good, actually. I really... Like, my thumbnail game's always been, like, pretty damn good, I have to admit. And this is like, I really like this thumbnail that I made. So yeah, that's that. Well, is there anything? Hold on, wait. Let me check my notes. Was there anything else that was next to come, or did I cover it all? I think I did cover it all. It was the essay. It was all that. Okay, yeah. So that is going to be all that stuff. Are we heading to the outro? Let me check my notes. Okay, yeah. That's everything. That truly is everything. Let's wrap this up. Oh my god, I've been recording for 50 minutes. Yeah, you could tell I didn't script this. So yeah. That's the stuff that's been happening. That's where I was. That's how I contracted deep root disease and later beat it in the hospital. That's all that stuff. Now, if you want some dates for when some of the stuff may be releasing, I'll tell you this. It'll be soon. It'll be very soon. They're literally already uploaded to my YouTube thing. They've been uploaded there for months because my school projects and all that. So yeah, you can expect them very soon. The critique video, I'll eventually give a date for it because I might want to get the other stuff out first, but I am not sure. And as for the second Let's Talk video, I also don't know, but hopefully soon. I don't know. I just don't know, okay? I'm still a busy guy. Like, second semester has started up. It has been throwing me to the cheeks with classes. I definitely have a bigger workload. Well, at least a workload that I'm not as familiar with as my previous semester, so yeah. Stuff's been busy, but I'm working on working, don't worry. So yeah, some cool stuff is on the way. I wouldn't say the grind is back on, but I'd say the channel is back on. There's gonna be some things that I'm gonna post every now and often, and if I don't, I'll be in my community tabs where I just post the randomest shit. Like, did you hear Godzilla attacked Baby Keem in his music video? Like, what an asshole. Heard that Baby Keem is working on a mech to defeat Godzilla. I don't know what that had to do with this, but you get the points. So yeah, I think that's everything. I think like just wrapping it up. That's that. I'm back. I know how to play instruments now. Stuff in the future, content. Yeah. That's that. All right. Well. Oh my god, my voice is tired. I'm still sick. It was like, the longer this goes on, the more sore my throat's getting. So it's good that I'm ending it here eventually. But yeah, okay. I have been blabbering for long enough. I'm sure you get the point. Stuff's coming in the future. Blah blah blah. Go play one shot. Rob a bank or something. I don't know. Yeah. Goodbye. I'll see you guys later next time. Next week. I don't know. Goodbye. Oh!